Okay, so if we can sum it up like more good or less good. So if we opt for Australia, the PR thing is there, free education is there, free healthcare is there. But yeah, if we compare both the exams, so what's the difference like?
So you need to give this exam anywhere, either from India or from Dubai, or there are a lot of prometric exam centers all over in the world.
And what's the difference between the registration process in ADC for ADC and for DHA? So now the thing is how to clear this exam. What would be the strategy?
So the average dentist salary in Australia is almost 150,000 Australian dollars per year, and the entry level position.
Everyone, welcome to Academically. I am Bharti Sharma, Program Manager with Medical Courses with Academically, and I will be your host for this conversation. Before we dive in, I would like to take a moment and brief you about Academically. Academically, founded by Dr. Akram Ahmed, was born with a vision of bringing the dream careers of healthcare professionals closer to them. Academically will always be there for you to water your dreams, guide your ambitious minds, and walk you through unexplored career opportunities in countries like Australia and more, so that you can prepare for your journey of success. In today's discussion, we have with us Dr. Chandni. She is mentoring the APC courses with Academically. Apart from that, she has recently cleared her DHA in one attempt. Let's welcome Dr. Chandni. Dr. Chandni, welcome to the session.
Thank you, Ms. Bharti. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. I'm Dr. Chandni. As Ms. Bharti told, I have also cleared my MDS in orthodontics, and I'm currently residing in Dubai. I have been mentoring ADC students for a while now, and also I have cleared my DHA exam recently. So I think I will be able to do justice when comparing the ADC exam as well as your DHA exams.
Exactly, ma'am. Because who else can do justice better than you? Because you yourself is mentoring the second batch for our ADC students, and apart from that, you really worked hard and cleared the exam in one go. So that's not a surprise for us because you yourself is a very bright student. We can say that. So ma'am, if we want to start from scratch, anyone who is not aware about DHA, so what is DHA basically?
So DHA is the licensing exam for the Emirate of Dubai in UAE. So UAE has 7 emirates, out of which there are 3 exams, and Dubai has a special exam called the DHA that is conducted by the Dubai Health Authority. So that is your DHA expansion also. So Dubai Health Authority conducts the DHA exam, and it is the licensing exam for you to practice only in the Emirate of Dubai.
Okay. And if we talk about the eligibility, what would be the eligibility for DHA?
Yes, concerning the eligibility for the general dentist, you need 4 years of BDS degree and 1 year of internship compulsorily. Apart from that, you also need 2 years of work experience in your home country. Whereas for specialists, after their post graduation, they need 3 years of 3 years of work experience in their specialty.
Okay. And if we talk about the features, like what is the exam duration, the negative marking is there or not, and if anyone is focusing for this exam, so what are the features of the exam paper basically?
So this is basically a 150 MCQ question computer based exam. You get 170 minutes and there is no negative marking. The exam is on, you can take the exam on any day whenever you're comfortable, and it can be done even from India. And it is, there is no, the upper limit for appearing for the exams is 3 attempts.
Okay, that's great. So you can attempt the exam in 3 times, you can clear the paper. That's what you mean to say?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, fine. And what about the steps? That what are the steps need to be followed? Like for ADC, we have multiple steps. So for DHA also, there must be some steps that we need to be followed. So what are these?
Yes, for DHA, we have basically 3 steps. The first one will be your data flow verification, wherein all your educational certificates, your work experiences, and your internship, or if in case you are a postgraduate, then they will also add your postgraduate degree certificate. So all of these certificates have to go for evaluation. They will be verified, and that is your first step. That is your data flow verification. The second step is your exam. So you need to give this exam anywhere, either from India or from Dubai, or there are a lot of prometric exam centers all over in the world. So you can give exams from your convenient place, and you need to clear that. it can go up to 3 attempts, as I already told. And the after clearing both the exam as well as data flow, you will be getting something called an eligibility letter. So you have to connect both your exam as well as your data flow verification process in a portal, and then you will be able to get the eligibility letter. Once you get the eligibility letter, you can look for jobs, and after you get the job, your employer will be converting your eligibility letter into a work license. And the data flow as well as your exam can be either taken simultaneously, or you can do it before and after, depending on your convenience.
Okay, that's amazing. So, Dr. Chandni, as you said, we have 3 attempts. So, is there any time period between these 3 attempts, or you can attempt like if I attempt once and after 1 year of gap, I'm going for the second attempt, or is it like we need to complete all the three in one go, or what's like that?
There is no time limit for that, but there are only 3 attempts. But for the eligibility letter, from the time of getting the eligibility letter to get a job, you have 1 year of time.
Okay, okay. So there is
to
the
convert
catch.
it into a license. Yes.
Yeah, but it looks smooth. I mean, it's not that tricky or difficult for anyone. Okay,
No,
so
no.
as the discussion basically here, it is for ADC and DHA. So let's begin with that. The big game changer, the big motivator is the salary part. So what is the salary? What a person can expect in compared to ADC?
So the average dentist salary in Australia is almost 150,000 Australian dollars per year, and the entry level positions are somewhere around $115,000 per year. And if you are very experienced, you might even earn up to $200,000 per year. I'm saying about in Australian dollars. And whereas in Dubai, the average entry level dentist will be earning somewhere around 70,000 AED per annum. And if you are very experienced, you might even earn up to 145,000 AED per annum.
So these figures are literally big, so that's why we are fumbling in pronouncing the numbers. So if we see, if we convert them into rupees, so for if we talk about Australian dollars, it's going to be in crores of rupees, and still in the if we talk about Dubai, the same currency, still it's going to be in crores of rupees. So more or less, it's similar only. So good to go. Okay, so if we come about the benefits, so what if we talk about the Indian dentist, if he's working in Dubai or in Australia, what's the difference between them if we talk about the work benefits?
Yes. So work benefits wise, if you compare Dubai, in Dubai you have a very big Indian expat community, and your income is tax free, and also they offer high salaries also when compared to India. So you have all this, and also career advancement is a little challenging, and also there is no citizenship benefits. But there is one good thing that is happening, that has been motivated by the Dubai government recently. We can apply for golden visa, which is issued for 10 years of period. So that is the only good thing, or something related to your permanent residency that you get in Australia. So this is the closest to that. Golden visa is the closest to that. Whereas in and also when you compare the health benefits and education benefits and all that, the health benefits is more or less issued by as an insurance from your employer, and it might partly cover or it might fully cover depending on the insurance that the employer provides you. And education, you will have to pay for your ward's education. There is no educational benefits over here in Dubai. Whereas in Australia, if you see, you will be eligible to obtain permanent residency, and any good thing that comes with permanent residency is available, like your healthcare. You can avail for healthcare, and also you will be. I mean, your wards can study up till the high school, like 12th grade in India. So equivalent to that. So that after high school, they will be able to get free education over there in public schools. So this is the comparison. And dental wise, it is. I don't think it is covered anywhere in either in Dubai or
Not the
Australia.
one,
But
yeah.
the medical benefits are given in Australia with your PR.
Okay, so if we can sum it up like more good or less good. So if we opt for Australia, the PR thing is there, free education is there, free healthcare is there. But yes, in comparison to that, here we have the golden visa. That's what you said just now. Apart from that, the
Yes.
tax free, the income is tax free. We can say that. But yes, education you need to take care of yourself, and the insurance part is there if your provider, I mean your employer is giving you that. So more or less, it's between more good and less good. That's what
Yes.
I
And one
understand
more
from
good
your.
thing about Dubai is you're very close to your home country.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. So if we move on, what are the differences in the exam? Like you know DHA, ADC both well, and just now you explained about DHA. If we compare both the exams, so what's the difference like?
So for ADC, you have two-part exams. That is, you have to give your theory exam and also your practical exam. Apart from which, you will also be giving one English exam. So there are three exams. And for the theory exam, if you see, for ADC, there are four clusters, 70 questions, 2 hours, and it will be conducted in 2 days for ADC exam. Whereas for your Dubai, it's just 150 questions in 170 minutes and it is done in one day.
Great. So those who have little more phobia with the exams, processes and all, so this is an option for them. There's just one exam and they are good to go and you can start practicing. Great. And what's the difference between the registration process in ADC for ADC and for DHA?
Yes. So for ADC, you have to first register with the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, which will involve a multi-step assessment by the ADC. So first one will be like what I told you for DHA. You have to do an initial assessment or qualification assessment. So they will assess all your degrees and they will say if your education meets the Australian standards or not. So once that is done, you will be going with your theory exam as well as your practical exam, and then you will also have to go in for an English language skills exam, that is your IELTS or OET exam. Whereas in Dubai, you basically will be having this data flow process wherein you will I mean your equivalency, your work experience, everything will be checked. After that, you will have one theory exam where which you have to clear, and then you will get an eligibility letter to start working in Dubai.
Okay, so just for the viewers, I just sum it up again. So if you're giving DHA, you need to go for the skill assessment kind of thing. The way it's like more or less same in both the countries. So definitely the document verification part is the initial part in both the exams. And after that, if you're choosing ADC, you need to give three more tests. One is the English one and two tests for your ADC exam part one and part two. But yes, for this DHA, just the skill assessment, that's what she did, and then after that just one exam. So just two exams, basically you are writing one exam only, the other one is the document verification, and you can
Yes.
just proceed with your this practicing part. Okay, fair. And what is the syllabus like, the difference between the two?
So when you compare ADC and DHA I think is the easiest, I would say, because DHA you only have to prepare for your subjects and you have to read a little bit about ethics. But for ADC, you need to prepare your subjects. You need to know the trauma guidelines. You need to know infection guidelines, infection control guidelines. You also need to know about the ethics. You have to know everything, all of this, and then you have also uh, four paper exam in ADC, whereas just one paper exam for DHA. So it's basically easier to prepare for DHA than ADC. But both these tests are computer based, so you can give it from the place that is convenient for you.
Okay, so as in you have cleared the exam, so what was the strategy? If someone is focusing for DHA, because after seeing this conversation, I think many students who are like just want to go abroad and work outside India and earn good can opt for this option also. So now the thing is how to clear this exam. What would be the strategy?
So for DHA, one good thing is you will have a lot of repeat MCQs. So you basically have to practice more and more MCQs, and also you need to have a good rapport with your basic knowledge about all your subjects. So once if you have that, you can proceed with the MCQs. You can go ahead and practice a lot of MCQs. You can attempt different mocks, not just the DHA mocks. You can also end up attempting the Saudi exam mocks and the other Emirate mosques that are available in UAE and Qatar, Oman, and everything. So basically, all of these exams are clubbed together and conducted. So like they are all more or less like sister exams. So you can attempt more number of marks, variety of marks for different exams, so that you will get a good perspective of all the questions that are that could possibly come for your exam.
And apart from that, as we have very much clear and it's been already said by Dr. Akram in a lot of videos, if we talk about the work-life balance, Australia is really good option. So how will you, conquer this thing? Like, how will you compare the work-life balance situation in Dubai?
As I already told you, there is a very big Indian expat community over here. So the job market is kind of little saturated over here in Dubai. It will take you a little time for you to prove yourself in the market. But once you prove yourself, you will have a good edge over other people. So here the work-life balance is not that good as compared to Australia, because you have to initially as you have to slog a lot to create a good portfolio for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. So only after you become very experienced, you can take a little bit of break from your work and have a work-life balance as such.
Okay, so initial teething issues will be there, but yes, you need to
Definitely.
just prove yourself. You need to just establish yourself, and after that, there'll be no limits. So that's very well. I mean, yeah, it is very much clear that okay, first you need to just work hard for initial few months, or we can say for years, but after that, it's like more or less good. Okay, so if we sum up your final advice for those who are aiming for ADC or for DHA, how will you like say? How would we, someone can just as well if he's preparing for DHA or for ADC?
So for both DHA as well as ADC, the good thing is always the repeated MCQs. Even ADC has a lot of repeat MCQs. So the more number of MCQs that you practice, you will be able to finish your paper faster, because you have a lot of clinical based questions in both the exams. So basically you will be able to take out the hints from the questions. You will know how to arrive at the nearest closest correct answer from all the options that have been provided. So it's basically the MCQs that are going to guide you. Even though you need to have your basics strong, apart from that, you need to practice more and more MCQs. So I would basically advise for anybody giving ADC or DHA exams, even though you know only little, but I want you to go and revise a lot, so that revision is going to help you clear the exam. And it is not about how much you know, it's about how well you know the subject. So that is what is matters with both the exams, both ADC as well as DHA.
Okay. So it was again very nice information that you have shared with us, and your insights is really valuable for us. And I think those who are a little bit confused between the two exams have a fair idea like what are the differences, and everything is very nicely explained by you, Dr. Chandni. It was really pleasure having you here. So those who are watching this and still they find that okay, we are lacking in providing you any information, so in the chat box in the details below, you can just check with our counselors. You can come on for one-on-one this counseling session, and counselors will help you in making the right decision. So I hope this conversation is helpful, and thank you, Dr. Chandni, for joining us, and thanks for sharing it, all the insight about DHA and ADC. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.